What's up, guys? It's Bandit FX, and today is June 29th, 2021. This is my Asian and London session breakdown for pound yen. So let's take a look at pound yen on the daily time frame. As you can see, we have a support here at just about 152 and a resistance at just about 155. So let's just break it down to the 4-hour time frame so we can get a little bit closer. But obviously, we know this is the daily high. This is the daily, or the daily resistance, rather, the daily support. So let's start to mark up these levels. Like I said before, these are the daily levels right here, daily resistance, daily support. Looking at the 4-hour, we had just created a support, or it looks like we are. This candle closes in 50 minutes. Very, very strong bullish candle is what it seems like we're going to have here on the 4-hour time frame. Our next 4-hour resistance is up here towards, actually, you guys can't really see this, but the level is actually at 153.200. If you look to the left a little bit more than the most recent price action, you'll see a previous support here and here. And actually, this wick that came up here and rejected off this level acts as a resistance as well, even though you can't see it on the 4-hour time frame. But you can see it on the 1-hour time frame. So basically, looking at the 1-hour time frame, we are in this range. Very, very choppy range. Not something you guys are going to want to trade. I'm just going to tighten up these levels a little bit so they look a little bit neater. Looking for potential targets. Where can price move from here? Well, if we break back up above this level, our next target is going to be 153.450 at the top of this range here, or we'll call it 420. 153.420. And as far as sells go, I would say if this break does happen to the downside in Asian session, I wouldn't anticipate volume to be pushing, price all the way down, although it may happen. So if it does happen in Asian session, my recommendation would be to take a much lower risk, or, just plan on being in the trade for a longer period of time. Just be cautious of this wick because it is a rejection. It's a very, very hard rejection. So, but as far as our next price target for sells, we're looking at 152, 150 or 152, 220. This actually makes a little bit more sense because this was a support here as well, and then it acted as a resistance. So, we can anticipate price to come down and basically tap into this level. But before that, we do have this to keep in mind. I'm going to mark this level out as well, even though it is pretty clean traffic. Leading up to that, this was a significant level before. As you can see, it was a support and resistance. Now, when I mark out these levels that aren't the most recent price action, I'm not really anticipating price to bounce off of them. That's not why I put them on the chart. I put them on the chart more so because I want to be aware of that level. Like, hey, price has used this as support and resistance in the recent past. Not the most recent price action, not the most recent traffic here, because this is very, very clean traffic. But you know, recently it has been a resistance and it has been a support. So that is why I mark these levels off. Even though they aren't the most significant levels, there is a chance for price to bounce here. So if I start to see a rejection happening on lower time frames, I might want to secure some of my positions. So this is basically our upcoming targets for GJ. Now let's go ahead and label this chart. So one, obviously we usually start like this, price is ranging, as it usually does at the end of New York into the Asian session. If we're looking for buys, we're looking for buys above 153, 180. Okay. And our first take profit is going to be 153, 420. Okay, guys, so taking a look at the sell side, we're looking for sells below 152, 780. with a TP1 of 152,450 and a take profit 2 or a second target down here at 152,220. I'll move this over a little bit and start to point out the reasons why these labels are here. So obviously price is ranging. Like I said before, we're looking for buys above the break and close above this high. We are looking at our first take profit target at the top of this range at 153,420. If we are looking at sells, if price starts to break below, we're looking for sells below 152,780. Now, ideally, we want a candle close, but because this close was lower and we made a higher low, if we do start to break this again, chances are price is going to come down. That's just something that I've noticed over the over like a longer period of time of studying GJ. I found that if we make a low, a higher low, and this is being a strong rejection, and then this price comes back down and starts to close below here, or actually break below here, rather, then price should continue down. So even though we are in a range, ideally you're going to want that close. But like I said, if we are in a high volume session, like London session, if this move doesn't happen until London, and it does start to break, keep in mind London is a very, very high volume session for pound yen, and it could push without having a candle close confirmation or retest. So that's just something you guys got to keep in mind. Take profit 1 over here at this area I was talking about before. This is just in case price decides to stop. This is not where you have to secure profits, but more than likely you're going to be at least at a 1-to-1 at this point, and you should secure at least a portion of your trade, because the last thing you're going to want to do is be this far in profit just to give it all back to the market. TP2 down here at this very, very minor support resistance level, but it has consolidated here before, so don't be surprised if we come down to this level and then start ranging between our first take profit and our second take profit, because it has happened in the past. Obviously, if we blow right through this level for whatever reason, our third take profit target's down here at 151 475. But yeah, guys, feel free to pause it, take a look at this chart, and just go over the analysis. If you guys aren't sure how I do my top-down analysis, I do have a video on it, and I do this very, very often. Just go through my past videos and see how I break down the charts. I break down the charts every single time the same way. I label them the same way, and I talk about them the same way. I basically analyze them top to bottom the same way every single time. So regardless of the pair, I always do it basically in order. I have my own system, and it works for me. So whether you guys do it this way or not, just make sure when you are analyzing charts or whatever you're doing regarding trading, you develop yourself a system, because that's going to be important. You guys have to have something that you guys are doing consistently in order to be profitable. Now, that's whether that's your risk management, your back testing, whatever it is, everything should have a system, and it should work for you. What works for somebody else may not work for you. So find out what works for you and stick to it. But once again, guys, I am going to put my Discord link in the description. Feel free to join the Bandit FX Discord. It's totally free. We have over 360 members now. All you have to do is click the link, accept the invite, and you're basically in. And we do have New York session live streams every single morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time until 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys want to join those, just go ahead, like I said before, and accept the Discord invite. But if you haven't already, please give this video a like. Please comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think GJ is going. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I will see you guys next time.